Hello and welcome back to the channel for this episode 2 here on Riverbend Springs with me, Farmer Murphy. Well, we're picking up exactly where we left off, but there is just one housekeeping item. I did make some adjustments to the graphics again, so we may see a bit of stuttering because I think the shaders will be forced to reload. It certainly shouldn't be my lag from my graphics card because I'm only running at a max at about 60%. So there's some juice left there, but until kind of things get normalized here, I'm not going to push it too hard because I don't want to create a bunch of lag or other issues that I've been seeing. Anyways, enough of that. We are going to get a worker going here on our wheat harvest. I have enabled straw swaths, and the default settings are just fine. So we'll set them off and they can get going. And we can also get a worker going on spreading lime on our fields. So we'll get the big Alice fired up here. Now, our spreader is just about full. Not sure how far it'll take us. I imagine we'll have to probably fill it a couple times. I'm guessing. Boy, the worker system so far, I mean, I haven't played a lot compared to a lot of folks out there just because of real world things going on here. But so far, what I have used it for, it's just worked excellent. Now, while all that is going on, I'm not going to be. I don't know if you're anybody who's watching Scroff's Farm Hand series. I'm not going to be a technical decision maker. We're actually going to go do some work ourselves. We're going to get the old John Deere going here, and I think what we're going to do is we're going to go buy a bale of hay to give our cows. We might as well get their health and productivity up as soon as we can. And it's going to be, well, at least 3 months if we are get our grass in this month, which we should do. I mean, that is something we definitely want to get done. But no point in waiting for that our grass to be harvested to get our cows on the go. We might as well get going on that right now because I imagine a bale of hay isn't going to cost us too much. Now, I'm trying not to control a camera with my farm stick so it doesn't go nuts. So camera moves are going to get worse. I know some of you are saying, I don't think that's possible, Farmer Murphy. Oh, trust me, it is. Everything is possible. I think I'm going to have to break down and buy another one. I am afraid the last thing I can try and do is open it back up again and resolder all the joints. I did a real good look at them. They seem fine, but I have the technology. I could resolder them all in case there's a bad solder joint that I'm not seeing. But other than that, I think it's the switch itself. So I was just moving the water trailer there so that it's not in our road. And we are going to hook onto our bucket here. I do like using the manual transmission. It removes the temptation to go scurrying across the yard in road gear because in real life I don't think you'd do that. At least I wouldn't be inclined to. Oh yeah, I didn't have a very good view at that. Oh, I'm way off. Way off, Farmer Murphy. Let's get this lined up like this. See, that's what I miss. Because Instead of a one-handed operation, now it's a two-handed operation. All right, let's call ahead here. Oops, wrong menu. We'll call ahead here, and I think there is a category for bales, and we'll order us up a bale. Oh yeah, there it is. 4,500 liters. You know what? Let's get a square bale. Oops, bye. That will do the job for us. Yeah, make sure we're in reverse here. And let's head to the shop. Now we don't have beacons, but we can put our four-way flashers on. Now, I have got to train myself to stop and look for this train, or one of these days, I'm going to get clobbered. Because that is the active train line, and I've already started to develop a habit just to come roaring out of the driveway. And sooner or later, I'll pay the price for that. Oh, one more gear to go there. I'll stop twice next time. Yeah, once I'm pretty happy with the resolution as far as the quality of the picture goes. But once things have settled out and I know they're good, I'll push the graphics card up a bit, but it'll all be for the draw distance. I'd like to increase the draw distance on everything. I think that's the only thing we need to adjust. I was pushing the card much harder on FS25, and I push it pretty hard too when I play American Truck Simulator and don't have any issues. But with all this graphics stuff we got going on, I'm taking it easy right now. There's our hay bale. All right, back to the farm we go. Actually, while we're stopped here, get a little better view. There we go. I think they really have done a nice job on the scale, not only on the vehicles, but in general. It seems more realistic. I noticed that the other day when I was playing, just driving a tractor through town, and the scale, like in cab, where the people are, is, the size of the pedestrians and the buildings and things. I think they've made a pretty nice adjustment. And again, I am really impressed with the turning radius on the tractors. It seems they've improved that. I know I've mentioned that before, but overall, I am really enjoying the game so far. Oh, buddy. You're lucky because I'm turning in here. Suppose we should put a little diesel in our tank. Oh, there's the one worker is done. Now, can we set it down here? You know, I never thought. I wonder if we're going to need to put it in loose. Actually, that kind of looks like it's like food. It looks like the bale needs to go up on top. Let's see if anything happened in here. I don't think so. All right. Well, let's go around like this. Grab it from the end. This is too wide to go in that way, but we should be able to get it up. Won't that be the joke on me if this thing won't take bales? Then we'd be looking for a blower or something. Let's just swing around here to the side so we can see what we're doing. Oh yeah, there it goes. Wonder if we should. Oh no, it doesn't matter. If it fills up the entire trough, it's okay, because it does. Silage doesn't give us any more productivity. So if that hay bale fills it up, it's okay. The only thing is we do want to have some space to put TMR when we're able to make that. Let's grab the trailer here and see if we can get that harvester unloaded before we have to run over crops. That is the only thing. I'll see if I can gauge it without changing. Oh, not even close, I don't think. No. That is why I miss the farm stick, being able to smoothly change the camera with one hand. There we go. Oh, there. Come on. You attach. Back up. Oh, you guys. We'll get it sorted here eventually. There we go. What a schmozzle. In a bit of a hurry and not paying attention because I want to catch the harvester if I can when he's... Yes, good. Heading this way. So we don't end up having to drive on the crop because I've got crop destruction on. Anyway, what I was trying to say, with course play, it would actually pull out or cut in so that you could load. But this is just like a worker. When it's full, it stops and it doesn't matter where it's in the crop. So you either have to move the harvester or turn crop destruction off to get to the pipe. So that's why I was racing to try and catch him here. If that makes sense. Oh, hey, buddy. Relax. Give me a minute. All right, we'll go get this dumped in our silo. We don't need our 4-ways on. All right, well, you know what? I think I will leave you there for a little bit. I'll carry on. We'll get this harvest done, and I'll continue with the liming project. And once the harvest is done and we can do the baling, then I'll bring you back in for that. I was trying to avoid those trees. Didn't do a very good job there. So I'll leave you there for time being, and we'll catch up with you when the harvest is finished. See you in a little bit. Back at the farm, and you can see the harvest is complete, so we can bale up the straw. So I brought our leased baler back to the farm. We're going to use our little John Deere for this. It might be technically a little bit shy on horsepower, but like only 4 horsepower, so it should do the job. Now I put it on the largest bale size, so we shouldn't have too many bales on this field, I don't think. The other thing is I found a mod that slows the tractor down and then stops it right as the bale is complete. And now I have turned on auto unload on the bale, or auto drop. So that means we should be able to stay in cab here, and we won't have to reverse. It's not as realistic, I know, as doing it yourself, but it's the way it's going to happen the way it would normally happen in the real world. I don't imagine the farmers are continually backing up once they've completed the bale, so should work pretty good. Oh, see there. I don't know, maybe that was just a little stutter. Now our money has gone down just a little bit. The worker finished liming the field just behind us. When they were done, we only had 30% fill left in the lime spreader, so I went and grabbed, well, I think it was 3 more bags of lime and topped the spreader up. And now there's a worker working on the field there, just to our left across the road. Now, once we get the straw baled and the bales off, we can, there we are, slowing down. Oh, you can just see the worker. Oh, oh no, it's locked. Never mind. Or I thought our display was locked. There he is working over there. Yeah, we'll get this field lined, and that'll be the last field we need to do. Now that's a pretty large field over there, so I suspect we'll probably need to add a little lime to get this field done. I haven't used the new balers, or the in-game balers, a great amount, but so far I'm pretty impressed with the pickups on them. They've, I think, improved the pickup width compared to 22. Like I always said, they just needed a little bit more. We'll pick up these little straggling pieces here. Yeah, this tractor doesn't seem to be having any problem with this baler. Now, I did take a small baling contract. It's not very big, but once we get a worker going on this field for lime, we'll head off and get that done. So I probably won't show or spend a ton of time on this baling here on this field, because I'd like to go and show off that contract and hopefully show it in its entirety. And I know we're kind of running out of time, so we won't hang out here too much longer. Now these bales, I think I'm just going to store in that shed where the harvester was. Some more dregs there. And when the best price rolls around, we'll just sell them. We don't have a use for them right now, so I'll just sell them on. But something is better than nothing. There we are, getting close to full again. Now we will return this baler. We're not keeping it long term. I'd like to get that John Deere baler. It's just this one's more cost effective for right now. More little pieces laying around there. I'm just going to move the bales using the bale fork in this tractor. Shouldn't be that many, and they don't have that far to go. Looks like the worker might be done down there. Well, I'll carry on and get this done and get these bales moved, and I will bring you back in when we're ready to work on that baling contract. So we'll see in a little bit. Well, we're up here at field 83, and we are going to finish off this baling contract. I actually did a little bit of it because I thought if I did that, we'd have enough time that we could show one more operation on our fields before we end this episode. And I wanted to show you the end of the baling contract, just because we haven't seen that yet on this Let's Play anyways. And I had a question myself. I know the bales disappear, but what I didn't pay any attention to on previous contracts was the material that was in the baler. Did it disappear as well? Because technically it came from the contract. In other words, did it empty your baler? So we are going to pay attention to that this time. And last time we were in baling, we did that from in cab, so I thought we'd watch out of cab this time. Well, I think they've improved the sounds on these tractors as well, especially this one. I just think it sounds great. Just a throatier sound than FS25, I'd say. Nice looking unit. See if we can finish up this row kind of from a different angle without missing any. Tall order for Farmer Murphy, as you know. Oh, a nice look at the trees. You're very welcome. Oh, sorry about that. Drug you right through the trees. Well, it wouldn't be a Farmer Murphy episode if I didn't do that now, would it? This mod that automatically stops the baler, man, do I like that. And with automatic drop, may not be as realistic, but certainly makes using round balers a lot more pleasant. And with the wider pickups that they put on the base game balers, I think you'll find me using the base game balers a lot more than you did in 22. Basically, once that quick bale came out, that was it. That was pretty much the only baler you saw me use. Now we have it's going to be a lot more pleasant to use different balers, and not super cheaty either. Certainly less cheaty than doing the quick bale. Now, I have been working on this map, but on my challenge, and I've learned a couple things that I thought I'd share with you. I tried dropping straw on a harvesting contract to see if that would cause a baling contract to show up, and nope, it does not. So there's no point in doing that. And kind of the same thing on mowing. If you do a mowing contract, I was wondering if we then get a baling contract. Nope, that doesn't seem to happen either. So my plan, I thought, well, I'd mow, and if it was hay, I'd get the ted, and then I get the bale. It doesn't work like that. It just seems to be random. The other interesting thing that happened is I did a mowing contract on the field, and a little while later I got a cultivating contract on that same field. So cultivated up a grass field. Now, that's a bit unusual, because in 22 a grass field was always a grass field. But it seems like that's not going to be the case here. Unless I cultivated it up and it's going to end up putting grass back in there. I don't know. But I found that to be it. Different. So, I forgot to mention, so I did get the fields all limed. We have a tiny little bit of lime left. I emptied out the spreader, and I bought 4,000 liters of fertilizer. That's why our money is down. And I have fertilized all our fields, because without precision farming, we need to fertilize 2 times, or put 2 applications on. So it has this first one now, and sometime after we plow, we can go ahead and add the second one in, and that'll be done, and we can return that unit if we want, because it's pretty pricey. That's what I wanted to show you. I was busy talking about that. But if we look behind us here, that's all the straw that's left. They've timed these contracts. They're pretty well timed, I'll say. So we have, we're almost full of straw too. So let's go in and complete this contract and see if that straw is still there. So there's the contract complete. We'll collect that. And I did grab a couple small fertilizing contracts, but it will help cover off the cost of that fertilizer. We should have enough fertilizer to do both of those after we completed our fields, I'm thinking. I haven't looked, but I'm kind of thinking we should. And the other thing you may notice, our tractor is nice and shiny looking. That's because I did an upgrade. It's the same tractor, same model, but just a mod came out. And what the mod description said it did is added wheel weights. And I wanted those wheel weights because we're using it as a loader tractor, and those rear weights would really help with that. Excuse me. I noticed that when I was trying to move 2 straw bales, that boy, she was, you know, it handled it, but it didn't like it, and I thought I might need to put a rear weight. But with those wheel weights, we should be good. But the other thing that I didn't read in the description is it had some additional tunings, and so you could actually tune this tractor up basically almost double horsepower. I didn't do that, but I did add 1 level, so we actually have 150 horsepower in it now, because I thought I'd make it a little bit more useful for field work. And it did handle this baler, but if we got contracts or some hilly fields, I was thinking we might need to use the other tractor, but we should be good with this one now, horsepower wise. Okay, well, we're at the shop here. Let's look at mulchers, because that's the next thing we need to do. And I have got one, come on, picked out here. We're going to buy this mulcher here. With our field sizes, it should work pretty good. With our new horsepower bump, we can use our smaller tractor to do it. So let's go ahead, and no options on this. Let's buy that. It does take just about half our money, but we're going to need it every year. And it's a decent enough size that you know, it'll last us for a while. So that sucker, it's sitting the opposite way of the rest. I'm pretty sure. Pretty sure those warning placards are on the back. Yeah, sure looks like it. Well, that's kind of weird, isn't it? Oh well. Alright, so even without a weight, it looks like it'll handle it. I was concerned because, you see, we don't have a front weight on here. Because it's our loader tractor, I didn't want to add extra weight to the front. Although I guess there is a 3-point option. We could put that on and take a weight on or off, but we can get away with using it just like this. That would be handy. Now, we don't have beacons, so let's put on our flashers there so no one runs into us, and get to the farm and do some mulching. Now I think that's everything I wanted to tell you about. Now both the baler and the lime slash fertilizer spreader are going to go back, but I think we will keep them overnight, which will be into the next month, so we can take advantage of any contracts that come up. And as long as there's contracts that you know, pay enough that it's worthwhile keeping them, we'll do so. But as soon as they dry up, then we'll send them back. Same with the not the plow, subsoiler. We're using a subsoiler rather than a plow. I've leased that because haven't seen any subsoiling contracts. So I think as soon as our fields are done, we'll just send it on back. Because I'm going to assume that it's the same on FS25 as it was on FS22, that you can't do plowing contracts with the subsoiler. You actually have to use an actual plow. Alright, so now what we're going to do here is we are going to try, we're going to go here, we're going to use steering assist, because I haven't really done that very much. Okay, I guess because we're in control, we don't need to worry about what's done first. But what I want to try and do is do the center first. It's something I have not done, admittedly. I'm bad for just going around and doing the headlands first, so that should be good there. I think in low range. We're going forwards, always a bonus. Let's drop this down. We can adjust cruise here. That's one thing I noticed. Because we're in the U.S., I put it in miles an hour, but cruise and everything is still in kilometers an hour. I don't know if that's intentional or if they're going to change that. That should be pretty close. Let's go with that. Now we're doing this out of cab, just because we're trying to do the center first. Oh, we don't have the mark down here, so we're going to have to guess. Let's slow this down. I'm going to say, well, you know what, we'll go over, it doesn't really matter. For this one, and swing around here. Should turn sharp enough, I'm thinking. Now, is it going to... That's the line we want there. Is it going to grab it? No, it's not. Well, you know what? We can deal with that. We'll put that down, and we'll send them off. Catch from the other end. That's all right. We can fix that. Okay, so there's the end of our road. Right about there. Now, we should be able to grab that line here, I would be thinking. Drop it down, cruise control. Whoops. I forgot to grab the line. Oopsie. Let's back up here a little bit there, bud. The line needs to be green. Now, forward if you don't mind. There we go. A little excitement there. Actually, you know what? We probably don't need to use cruise control, and these runs are short enough that I could just control the speed manually. There. Let's go over here a little ways. We'll find that next road this way. Oh, went way too far. Oh, that's okay. Doesn't matter. Grab that row. I didn't do a very good job there. Let's back her up. Obviously have not done this very much, but that's okay. Oh, forward, my friend. Forward would be nice. Okay. Got our ducks in a row at last. If nothing else, it's entertaining. If it were a perfectly rectangular field, it would help a little bit, but if I had practiced, that had helped a lot. But oh, wouldn't be nearly as entertaining, would it? Cows are moving. I haven't checked on them in a little while. Let's see how they're doing, if their health has come up. Actually, the perfect gear, because 11 miles an hour is the maximum working speed. I actually made note of that for a change. Highly unusual. You really notice it now if you're cultivating or anything, and if I do it the way I normally do it, you end up with a whole bunch of tire tracks all around the outside of your field. So that's why I wanted to do this one correctly. And that's the way the worker. Oh boy, it's the time of year around here when the house just seems to get full of flies, and boy, they drive me crazy. I'd much rather deal with mosquitoes than flies, because at least the mosquito you can swat and get rid of, but these darn flies. And of course, when I'm recording, they want to use my bald head as a landing strip. I really don't appreciate that too much. And my hands are fairly busy, so I have a hard time shooing them off. I can get a little cranky. I'm not ashamed to admit it. There we go. We got all that business sorted out. Now this episode will probably be a little longer, but I'm sure you don't mind. Hope you don't anyways. What I'll do after this, after I leave you, is I will get all of our fields to this state. Not all of them need to be mulched. And then we'll carry on with plowing. We've got plowing, and we'll have to rock pick, fertilize one more time, and then finally we can seed. So we'll try and get that done. And maybe we'll just concentrate on this field and get that done next episode. And then after that, we should be able to move on for a little while anyways. Unless there's a bunch of contracts that we want to do that are interesting. We could do some harvesting contracts with our equipment. That'd be alright. Because none of the fields I find on this map are like massive, so some are larger than others, but nothing our harvester couldn't handle, I don't think. No, we don't have as much room to turn around down here, so let's grab this line here. Now, one thing I've noticed, and I don't know if it's a setting, but I've mentioned, I can't remember if it was in this series or the other one, but the camera sometimes will stick, and to fix it, you just jump out of the vehicle. And it's the same thing for filling. When I go to the service station, sometimes it will fill, sometimes it won't. But if it doesn't, the fix is to jump out of the vehicle. And now I've actually had that, like with turning on the lime spreader one time. Didn't want to turn on. Now these are all I'm using for most of these functions, hotkeys on my, whoops, I forgot the line there, on my farm stick. So I don't know if it's an issue there. But if anybody else is having those issues, can let me know. I'm pretty sure when I was experiencing the fueling issue on 22, I tried it without the farm stick installed, and it still did it. So I knew the fix was simple enough. You just jump out and back in again. But if anybody has any thoughts on that, I would appreciate it. Because there seems to be more functions that are doing that. 25. Boy, I can tell you, once we're done recording, there's going to be a murder. There is a fly that is going to receive my full attention. actually, to be honest, quite often when they're around and bugging me, I wear my baseball cap, and then it also makes a pretty decent fly swatter. But they were good. They weren't. I didn't really notice them many around today. But of course, as soon as I start recording, they show up. That's Murphy's Law for you right there. All right, we pretty much got this licked here. Let's just see if this will be the, I guess, the true test right here. This will definitely make this episode a little longer. If it's crazy long, I might cut a little of this out, but I don't think it should be too bad. Maybe 45 minutes or so. Oh, there's a tree for you folks. Hope you enjoyed that. Look at that nice looking field. All right. Well, I think I better leave you there. So like I said, I'll get all the other fields ready to be seeded, and that's where we'll pick up the next episode. So if you're still with me, I really do appreciate you watching. If you haven't already, I encourage you to hit that like and subscribe button. And if you want to see when other content like this lands, hit that old notification bell. But for this episode here on Riverbend Springs, it's Farmer Murphy signing off.